So the dog is barking. People are in the kitchen making coffee and talking, but I'm going to do my writing and reading goals for 2021 because that's the way 2020 set me up to deal with adversity and difficulty personally and publicly for us all. So let's just roll with it. Oh God, it's fine.
What do you bet?
Okay, here we go. My writing. I'm going to ignore it and just it's life. That's life. Okay. Oh my God, boo-boo, you can't do that though. So my writing goals and reading goals for 2021, let's do it. I don't know where the lens is. That's fine too. We're all learning here together. Relearning. I used to do this a lot. Haven't done it in a while. I'm back. I'm Laura. Let's do this. So my first writing goal for 2021 is to finish the YA thriller I'm working on and get it submission ready. I've written about half of it. I stopped and went back to do revision, and I'm going to complete that part of the revision, then move forward and finish the book, and then do an all-over revision again, give that to my agent, get some notes, execute said revisions that he gives me, and then hopefully sub-ready. I think this is a very doable goal that we can complete for the first quarter, hopefully, of 2021. My second writing goal for 2021 is to go back and reread the other YA thriller I was working on and see if I want to move ahead with finishing that. I had about one act completed and it needs some work, but I was enjoying it as I was writing it and I think it's pretty good. So I think I'll probably want to finish it. So that would be my next big goal. My third writing goal is for the next project I work on. So probably the last one I just talked about would be to do a scene by scene or chapter by chapter outline. That's very, very detailed, very, very thorough. I do a somewhat detailed outline of the whole plot before I begin, but I leave room for improvisation and I let myself follow little tangents sometimes. And so I just want to do something that's very detailed, very solid, and be able to use that to just plow through a draft without thinking about it, which I'm somewhat good at anyway, but I want to just really nail it down, give it a try, go full plotter. That's a very reasonable goal. I think I can do it. My fourth writing goal is to go back and revise one of the 2 YA fantasies I've completed in the past. One is about 5 years old and I did it in my master's program, so it probably will need a lot of work because since then I have grown and learned and developed as a writer, and it's probably not my best work, but I liked the general plot, so I think I can elevate it to my current level. And the other one I might possibly do is one I wrote about 2 years ago, but was just basically a pantsed book that I imagine is a mess, but maybe not. So I'm going to reread those 2, pick one, and decide which one to tackle. My fifth writing goal is to finish one of my many podcast ideas. I have a few different ideas that are half-baked or half-written, and I'd like to finish writing like a season of one of them and possibly record it. I have a horror comedy idea. I have a sci-fi comedy idea. Always a little comedy in there, but I would like to basically have a complete finished series of episodes or scripts. I don't necessarily have to produce it, but it would be nice to have the scripts done and ready. So I think I can do it. My sixth writing goal is to keep track of my writing in a more organized way. I usually have a word count goal, and I usually use the Scrivener, the tool they have that lets you like count backwards from a deadline and tells you how much to write each day, but I'd like to have a more physical representation of the work I'm doing, whether that's writing, so like word count stuff, or if it's revising, or just other ways to measure the metrics on my writing. So I'm thinking like a journal or a whiteboard, charts with star stickers perhaps, a prize system will probably be involved. But yeah, I can do that today. I can start that today if I want to, which I do, so I'm going to do it. And following off of that, my seventh writing goal is to reestablish my writing routine again because of the world at large and personal strife. I have fallen off my writing routine. I don't necessarily write every day, but I like to continue making progress in a progressive manner. Who doesn't like progress in a progressive manner? But basically, I haven't been writing in any sort of patterned fashion, and I like a patterned fashion. So again, not necessarily every day, but getting back into the groove of getting work done, drafting, revising, etc. Routine. Establish routine. And following off of that, my eighth writing goal is to make reasonable deadlines. I never do deadlines that are too crazy. I do things that I can do, but I do push myself a little, and I have usually ended up pushing back my deadlines by like 2 weeks to 2 months sometimes. So I guess I'm not the best at giving myself good deadlines, which is why this is a writing goal. So yeah, I'd like to be able to do something, because like if I say, you know, I have to swim to Hawaii and I only give myself a week to do it and I'm in California, that ain't gonna happen. But if I give myself several weeks to swim to Hawaii, very doable. So yeah, just writing goals that make sense. I need to make more sense, use my brain, use my thinking. Goals that make sense, deadlines that make sense, timelines that take real time into consideration. My 9th writing goal is to find a couple more beta readers or critique partners. I love my current readers and critique partners, but I want to find a couple more, get more involved with the writing community at large, and basically just find more people who we can trade writing back and forth. I love reading and critiquing. I want people who love reading and critiquing. And I think I can do this on the internet. And I think by the end of the year, hopefully I can achieve this goal, because I think it's a pretty easy one. And number 10, my dream goal is to sell a book, to go on Sub, to conquer Sub, get sold. Again, this is a big dream. I have no control over it. But I'm going to include it in my goals anyway, because it is a goal. It's what I want to work towards. And yeah, so let's achieve our dreams. Shoot for the stars. I'm going to shoot for the sun. And this is the star. So yeah, the sun is the star. Shoot for the sun. I'm going to sell a book. I'm going to do it. Maybe. We'll see. Here's hoping. So those are my writing goals. I also have reading goals, because who doesn't? So let's jump on into those. My first reading goal is to simply get back into it. I tend to start strong. Sometimes I set a Goodreads goal, but then by the months passing, time happening, busyness occurring, I fall off the wagon and my reading slows to a trickle by the end of the year. So I want to keep it up, start strong, finish strong, keep reading all the day long. My second goal is to read more young adult thrillers. I already seek out and read young adult thrillers, but since it's a genre I am trying to break into, I can never read enough of them. And you should know what else is out there, and it's fun to see what the trends are, who's murdering who, what mysteries we need to solve, all that good stuff. So I think I'll make a reading list of YA thrillers I maybe missed in the past, ones that are upcoming, and just try to read more of what I'm writing. Very doable. My third reading goal is to read more adult thrillers, because I would also like to get back into the adult thriller writing world. And I just love adult thrillers, domestic thrillers, really, psychological thrillers. Don't love police stuff or criminal procedural things. I just want to read more. And that's another genre I've liked. I need to be a little more discerning, because sometimes I jump into things. I was abandoning a lot of adult thrillers last year for good reasons. Perhaps I'll make a video about what not to do in your thrillers, what loses readers, because I certainly saw quite a few missteps, perhaps, I would say. So read more adult thrillers. Fourth reading goal, to read some books outside of my interests and outside of my normal genres. I'm thinking some nonfiction. Maybe some romance, maybe some harder sci-fi, though that's a big leap for me. Though I like softer sci-fi, but maybe some high fantasy, maybe try some middle grade. Basically, expand my book view of the world. Again, if I say, read 2 outside the genre, very achievable. Fifth reading goal is sort of a reading/writing goal, which is to continue to write reviews and submit them on platforms that help authors and readers alike. So posting reviews to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, indie sites, etc. And then I was enjoying writing my reviews on Goodreads too. And I love reading a good review. So I just want to get better about that, because I also fell off that wagon where I started last year strong, and then the trickle down happened, the trickle off. So just basically get back to that and be a good reviewer, be a good reader, be a good book community member. So basically my 6th writing goal, I just looked at my list. I should have looked at it before I spoke. I already mentioned, but that was basically just to be better about posting the reviews to bookseller sites after I post to Goodreads. But I'm gonna leave number 6 in, because I like my list. I think it hits 10, and I want to stay at 10. So let's pretend these are still 2 goals. I can pretend. Can you pretend? We can all pretend. My 7th reading goal is to do a buddy read or a book club read. I've tried to do book club / buddy reads in the past, and I'm just not great at it. So I want to get great at it because I like talking about books with people, and it's more fun to talk about books with friends than to talk to yourself or to a camera alone. Maybe, I don't know. But basically, I want to do a buddy read or form a book club or find a book club and discuss the love of the book or the hate of the book. Either way, I'm fine with love or hate. My 8th reading goal is to read about 2 to 4 books a month. Once again, I just want to solidify the reading habit, keep it flowing, keep it going. I think 2 to 4 books is very reasonable for me. I'm a fast reader. Once I get into it, like once I lock into reading, I get on a bender, I guess you would call it. Maybe I need to not do the benders and do more consistent slow in and go in reading than I hone in and I get a little hyper focused on the reading and then I fall off the wagon because I think, you can't go hard all the time unless you can. But I think 2 to 4 is in between going soft and going hard. I said what I said. My 9th reading goal is to buy a book I haven't read that I bought many years ago, and I have many, 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 many books like this. I stopped buying as many books and started using the library more, but I still have lots and lots of books I read and haven't bought, things I was very excited about, things I thought looked cool, things outside my comfort reading zone, so I just need to pick up the books I read. And I pick up, let's pretend, okay, we'll pick up 2 books for the whole year that I haven't read that have been sitting on my shelf for many years. I think I can do that. And if I can't, so curse me. So curse me. My last reading goal is to keep up with my NetGalley requests because you go on NetGalley and you see all these wonderful books and you just go request, 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 and then you have a mountain to read in addition to your library books, in addition to the books you buy. And I've let a couple release dates slip by without getting to the books yet, and then I feel the pressure and the power of my own conscience to drop everything and read those and post my reviews and thoughts. So I just want to stay on top of my NetGalley, do a better job, once again, be a better reader. These have been my 2021 writing and reading goals. I just want to be a better, stronger, more consistent reader and writer and get more involved with the reading and writing community. And I think I've set some doable goals. If you can dream it, you can do it. And if you don't do it, dream some more. I will see you next time when I will be talking writing or reading. And I hope everyone is having an okay start to 2021. Let's see what happens next. Bye.